Two sides on their way out here at Ewood Park. Fabulous atmosphere for this lunchtime clash. Lancashire's finest in Rovers against the pride of Yorkshire and Leeds United. Ewood Park expecting a crowd of up to about 20,000 this afternoon. A great environment for what will hopefully be a great game of football as well. Well, we'll run down the Rovers team in just a minute again, but Leeds United this afternoon will line up with number 1 Bailey Peacock Farrell in goal. At 6 the captain is Liam Cooper, 7 the returning Kemar Roof, 10 Ejan Alioski, 11 Tyler Roberts, 14 Samuel Side, 15 Stuart Dallas, 18 Pontus Janssen, 23 Calvin Phillips, 28 Gaetano Barardi and 43 Mateus Klitsch. On the bench, Jamal Blackman, Adam Forshaw, Pablo Hernandez, Tom Pearce, Lewis Baker, Jamie Shackleton and Jack Clark. Luke Ayling is suspended and not available for the visitors. But a key man is back in the lead side, and that is Kemar Roof.
Yeah, excellent start to the season from Roof. I think he'd found the net pretty regularly. I think it was 4 times in his opening 4 games. So he's back for the first time since the end of August, and it'll be interesting to see how long he lasts. I know he's played an under-23s game for the Whites in the recent weeks, but you know, it's a big ask, isn't it, to play without playing a first team game for 2 months. So I'm sure Bielsa will be looking to maybe get an hour out of him, but it's a slight surprise that he's been thrown straight in for me.
Well, Rovers did have a very good record against Leeds United for a while, winning 5 on the spin, but recent history favours the visitors. They've won the last 4, including back-to-back 2-1 victories here at Ewood Park. Last time it was a late Pontus Janssen goal that condemned then Owen Coyle-led Rovers side to defeat. Now the Rovers line up this afternoon hoping to redress that balance and get 3 points. There's number 1 David Raya, 4 is Harrison Reed, 6 Richie Smallwood, 7 Adam Armstrong, 10 Danny Graham, 14 the captain Charlie Mulgrew, 17 Amari Bell, 23 Bradley Dack, 26 Darragh Lenihan, 29 Corey Evans and 31 is Elliot Bennett. On the bench, Jason Luteweiler, Derek Williams, Jack Rodwell, Joe Rothwell, Ben Brereton, Craig Conway and Casey Palmer. And you kind of know what you're going to get from this Rovers side. The only one who perhaps might be in there if he was fully fit at the moment, I think, is Ryan Nyambe, who's close to making a first team return.
Yeah, I think, you know, I look at the squad now and I think it's one that's really strong. I think I'm looking at it and saying, well, you know, Brereton could start. Rothwell impressed me at Bolton, and Rothwell looked a calming influence at Bolton. And I think Tony's starting to trust the squad now. He's seeing what they can do. He's giving everyone a bit of game time, and he's sort of just working out the new boys who can fit in where. But I think it's a squad you can trust now. You can look at and say, right, if Joe Rothwell comes on for Bradley Dack, you know, aside from maybe that extra little bit of quality that Dacky's got, you can trust Joe to put in a really good performance anywhere where he plays, whether it's on the wing or behind the front man.
And we're about to get underway here at Ewood Park. The referee this afternoon is Darren England. And there we go, Rovers kicking towards the Darwin end in this first half. The traditional blue and white halves, white shorts and the dark blue socks. Leeds United, dark blue tops and shorts and white socks to match that away end. Absolutely packed with Leeds United supporters, and that I think will inspire the Rovers fans to make a bit more noise, and it will create a fabulous atmosphere for the players to try and perform in.
Yeah, it should do. Leeds, you know, obviously a well-supported club, but you don't win games based on away support.
Well, Leeds breaking forward here, edge of the area. It's Sides who tries to slide it right. Bell steps in, and Rovers should clear away. We've got a player down at the moment. It's Corey Evans. Adam Armstrong not taking that on. He's just driving down the line, and he's a kick and rush past Janssen into the area. Tight angle for Armstrong, who tries to square it. Still might have had an opportunity. Eventually lets it go behind, and Rovers will have an early corner. What a fabulous burst forward that was by the former Newcastle man.
Lovely from Armstrong. It's what he's all about, isn't it? That pace, just to get beyond the man. He knows he's got the beating of Janssen for pace, knocks it past him, runs around the other side, gets onto it, and in the end the Swede recovers really well to get a touch in and puts it out for a corner. But decent start from Rovers here.
It'll be Harrison Reed to take the early corner.
Just hope Evans is okay to continue. See him go down in the early stages here.
Well, right-footed, Reed whips it in towards the Graham. It's just taken off his head, and it will go behind for another Rovers set piece. Well, he was in acres of space there for a moment, and then right at the last second, the Leeds man reacted to clip it behind.
Yeah, solid defending from Leeds just to gets something on it, puts it out for a corner, and Reid trots across to take this from the other side now. We're just hearing the home fans find their voice. Great atmosphere already here at Ewood.
Helped by the start Rovers are making. Reid right-footed, whips it in towards Graham.
Yes!
And a Rovers lead!
Come on!
Inside 2 minutes, Danny Graham with a bullet header into the top right-hand corner. Dream start for Tony Mowbray's men. Perfect delivery, perfect header. Rovers a goal up on Leeds United. Rovers 1, Leeds United 0.
Straight from the training ground. What a ball in from Reid. And Danny Graham, he doesn't stand still, he attacks it. His man stands and waits. Danny gets there first, top corner. What a start here at Ewood. Brilliant start. Can't ask for more than that. Straight from the training ground. Those routines pay off, you know. They might be pretty boring to do on the training pitch, but when they come off, what a buzz you get from it.
Well, Leeds had a warning from the corner just preceding that, didn't they? When Graham was in an acre of space and they just about got away with it. And again, I'm looking at that thinking, who on earth in that Leeds team was meant to be marking someone who's got over 150 goals in his career?
And that's the question Bielsa will be asking, but I noticed it when Leeds came out. You look at the size of their side, it's not the tallest, is it? Apart from Janssen and Cooper, there's no real sort of 6'4" lumps, is there? But you're right, it was poor defending, but you've got to give credit to Rovers for putting the ball in the danger area. How many times you see corners come in and they're either overhit or they don't beat the first man? That delivery from Reid was excellent. On a plate, you could say. It's in that area where you say, right, I've done my bit. Now it's up to the teammates to get something on it. And like I say, Graham there, he's been due a goal, and he's first one of the season, is it, at home? And yeah, perfect start for Rovers.
Well, he got Lincoln here in the cup, didn't he? I think his other goals had come away from home. Kind of the Ipswich, Stoke as well. Size works the ball right to Kemar Roof, who's driving infield. He's been out since August through injury. Now clips it into a central area. Bennett heads back out towards a corner, and that one will drift behind for a Leeds United set piece. I'll tell you what, fascinating start to this game. And you track back where that Rovers goal came from. Evans was down injured. Armstrong could have kicked the ball out to let him have some treatment. He ran over 50 yards downfield, won a corner. Second corner came from that, you get a goal.
Simple game, football.
Leeds corner on the right-hand side, whipped in low towards the near post. That looked as though it came off Tyler Roberts. In fact, the assistant referee was the man who made the call on that one. And he decides it will be a second Leeds set piece.
Poor delivery, wasn't it, from Alioski? Second bite of the cherry now, though.
His right hand bandaged. The Leeds midfielder left-footed, much more height on this one. Raya comes for it and felt that he was fouled, nothing given. And the ball cleared outside the penalty area. Dak putting the Leeds man under pressure. Reid will try and get there, and I think he got the final touch on that. So Leeds United get the throw. What a start from Rovers. Just the time. You do wonder after an international break as well. You think, how long will they take to get back in the groove? Well, the answer on this occasion was not very long at all.
2 minutes, wasn't it? You know, there's a lot of energy. You're seeing it already when Leeds are getting on the ball. Rovers are harrying and hassling them. You know, if you remember that second half against Bolton, you know, compared to what we're seeing here, we probably have more attacks already in the opening 5 minutes here than we did in the second half at Bolton.
What second half at Bolton?
Yeah,
that has been permanently erased from my memory. So Rovers a goal up already here at Ewood Park in this lunchtime kickoff. Roof tries to turn that one round the corner. It will break Samuel's side, middle of the park. He just clips it high in the air. In fact, it's very well to find Berardi, who's now about 30 yards out. Slid forward, back to Berardi, and Leeds keeping hold of the ball. Bennett putting pressure on the Leeds man, Klitsch. Turns away from the challenge, back out left towards Alioski. Low delivery in, and it's turned wide of target by Tyler Roberts at the near post. And an indication there that Leeds can play some very, very neat and tidy football.
Eventually it was neat and tidy. I'm not sure what Samu Seiss was doing beforehand. I think there was a mix-up with, I think it might have been Calvin Phillips in the middle of the park, but eventually it went wide. Berardi involved, coming forward from left-back. Right footer at left-back never looks natural to me, but eventually the chance came to It was Alioski down this left side, decent ball in, and see Roberts is just trying to flick it into the near post and deceive Raya. Wasn't fooled, the Spanish stopper.
Dallas also scored in the last meeting between the two sides here at Ewood Park. He got the first goal. Elliot Bennett on that occasion equalised for Rovers. Bennett, another milestone for him this afternoon. His 100th league appearance for Rovers. Actually made more league appearances for Rovers than he has any other club that he's played for. A long diagonal ball forward towards Graham. Just bounces beyond him. Backed up by Armstrong, who right-footed. Went for goal first time of asking. Deflects off the Leeds man. Will Dallas keep it in play? The answer is yes. Evans chests it back into the path of Bell. Back down the line towards Armstrong. Dallas was off the pitch and Armstrong can run at Phillips. Goes infield right-footed. Tries to bend it towards goal. Again blocked by the big Swedish frame of Janssen, and Leeds United can clear the ball away. Lovely flick, and now Ruth breaking through a central area. Has got options right and left. Left of him is Alioski. Ruth going himself. Jinks edge of the penalty area, gets it onto his right foot, goes for goal. Blocked at the crucial moment by Mulgrew. It spins high in the air. Bell does well just to clear the ball out of play, and Leeds United will get the throw.
Decent enough response from Leeds. You're just seeing Ruth, I think he's starting off towards the left, but he's now moved into the centre of the pitch now, and on the ball there, and you're just waiting for someone to put a challenge in. Just came and came and came. Nice feet from him, but eventually snuffled out that one.
Love the turn by Dak, finding the goal scorer Graham on the left-hand side. Armstrong back to the feet of Graham. Armstrong continues his run. Graham darts infield, then flicks it wide to Armstrong, who's playing left of the attacking three for Rovers. It's been that breathless. We've not had a chance to run down the two teams. We'll get there eventually, I promise. Back to Bell it goes. He's forced infield, square to Dak, first time towards Reed, who was looking for Graham. Graham had made the dart in behind, and the ball was picked off by a Leeds man. Again, Tyler Roberts, lovely first time ball. Forward towards Size, who looks down the line. Bennett has that one covered in the right full-back area, needs a bit of support. Lenihan provides it, and he sweeps the ball away. Reed back to Smallwood. First time, rolls it down the line. That's kept in play by the Leeds man. Off the ball there, I think Bennett was bundled over, so Rovers get the free kick.
Nice composed football from Rovers just to see the ball out. And a nice little flick up the line, Reed touch, and Smallwood collects, and you just get out from that bottom corner where you look like you were penned in for a split second.
We do look very, very open at times, though, given that we're early on in this game, at home, and already a goal up, taking all those things into account. Maybe that's the way to go about it. Well, Raya forward, 100th senior appearance of his career this afternoon. Mulgrew heads downfield, that's through to the Leeds goalkeeper Bailey Peacock-Farrell. So Rovers, Raya in goal, the back four of Bennett, Lenihan, Mulgrew and Bell. Central two in midfield, Evans and Smallwood. Reed, Dak and Armstrong, the attacking three. In behind the man who gave Rovers a second-minute lead in this game, Danny Graham. Leeds 4-1, 4-1. Peacock-Farrell in goal. It's Dallas, Janssen, Cooper and Berardi at the back. Phillips sits just in front of them. Roof, Klitsch, Size and Alioski, the midfielders. Tyler Roberts up top. Alioski looking to break forward down the left-hand side into Tyler Roberts. Backed towards Size, who just takes it away from Evans, and right-footed drills it towards goal. Raya forced to tip that one over the crossbar and behind for a Leeds United corner.
Nice attempt from Size. He just tried to weave away from Evans and just got a yard, didn't he? I think it was always comfortable for Raya, but decent hit from the Spaniard. You see in Leeds, they're quite interchangeable, aren't they? That four behind the front man. Roof, Size moving into the middle. Don't mind getting involved and coming in off the flanks.
Size with the corner, and it goes, and that one's headed just over by Janssen. Good chance, probably about 10 yards out central, and he will be disappointed he's not got that on target from there.
Decent attempt there, I think similar to the ball in for Graham's opener. You'd expect Janssen, someone of his size. It was almost a free header, and how he's not put that on target is a little bit odd, but I think it'd be a bit of a concern for Rovers how easy the Swedish international got away from his man and got something on that one. Decent connection from him.
Well, he did score in Lee's last outing, which was a draw at home against Brentford. It was a late leveller in that game. Raya outside his area now, coming together with Lenihan. Neither really took control of that situation, and in the end, It does, thankfully for Rovers, go to safety in the shape of a Leeds United throw. But I think generally Leeds have had the better of the play. They've looked a little bit more composed so far.
Fluid, I think is the word for Leeds. It's almost every pass is being met with an excellent touch to get away from a Rovers player.
Well, if they were to come from behind and win this game, they would go top temporarily today. They are, at the moment, a couple of points off Middlesbrough, who won at Sheffield Wednesday last night. As I say, if Rovers win, as the ball gets played into the Rovers penalty area and Mulgrew clears away, then for the time being, Rovers would move up to 5th. And it's funny, isn't it, perspective. If it stays like this, Rovers go within 2 points of Leeds United, and everyone's been talking about Leeds this season, and yet we've kind of just gone under the radar.
It's exactly what I said yesterday in the office, discussing Leeds and Rovers, and that's exactly what I was saying.
Armstrong away from Dallas, and now Janssen driving infield. Adam Armstrong bends it towards goal. Little break for Dak, who's away from the defender. Saved by Peacock Farrell. Huge save you feel in this game. Reed skips away from Berardi in the area, rails it square. Peacock Farrell with a touch back towards his own man, and it's cleared away. Well, it should be 2-0 Rovers. Lenihan volleys towards goal, well over the top. Oh, what a chance that was for Rovers to double their money.
Bang on the money there. I mean, Armstrong again has just tormented Dallas and Janssen. You know, two experienced players down that Leeds right side, and once his shot is blocked, it falls to Dak, and you're thinking he's done excellent to get away from his man, just dropping the shoulder. But Peacock Farrell was there in his way. Great save from the Northern Ireland international, but you'd expect Dak to score. I've got to say, Leeds defensively look all at sea, and that might be because Dallas is playing out of position at right back and why Berardi's filling in at left back, but the communication there just, it's not there, and I think Armstrong's already having some joy. 13 minutes in, he's been terrorising that Leeds right side.
I mean, Dallas is no slouch either.
No.
I think Stuart Dallas, I think he's a decent player. I like him, and he scored, like I said before, a terrific goal last time Leeds were here. But he's getting himself in some very, very awkward situations, and now it's Size forced to clear that one behind, and Rovers have another corner. That's the frustration for Dak there. You're thinking 8 goals this season, the kind of form he's in. He went to just dink it over the goalkeeper, but to be fair to Peacock Farrell, he's got a big old frame, and he did well to block that one.
That's another chance. Whip this in the box, put it in a dangerous area, and then see who wants it more. Whether these Leeds defenders are willing to put their head and their bodies on the line to stop Rovers making it 2-0.
Oh, Reed's corner whipped in again. Peacock Farrell comes for that one. Parries the ball away. Smallwood hooks it back down the line. Reed can't react and get to the ball, so out it goes for a Leeds United throw. That was better goalkeeping. And they probably look back on that early goal for Danny Graham and think, why didn't I do it for that one?
Well, why didn't his defenders do it for that one either?
Approaching the 15-minute mark here at Ewood Park, and it's been a fabulous advert for the Championship so far. Rovers 1, Leeds United 0, but Leeds United have certainly played their part. A couple of chances. Raya forced into a save from Size, and Janssen has headed over the top. Bradley Dack at the other end of the park had a chance to double Rovers' money. It's Tony Mowbray's side who have a throw midway inside Leeds territory on the right-hand side. Elliot Bennett, the man to take. Reed turns away from Dallas. It looks as though Dallas and Berardi have now swapped. Reed in towards the near post, cleared away by Janssen, high in the air. Roberts beats Lenihan to that one. Mulgrew will happily just sweep that one all the way back to David Raya, who takes a touch and then clears from right to left towards Armstrong, who is flagged offside, and Leeds will get the free kick. So yeah, they've noticed. Do you know what I'd be tempted to do now? I'd be tempted to say to Harrison Reed, you go and play on the left for a few minutes. Armstrong, you come out to the right.
Why not? I mean, who's to say that Armstrong's not going to have that exact joy against Berardi? You know, I think he's full of confidence armour at the moment. Seeing decent goal scoring form in recent weeks, and like I say, he's had a really good afternoon so far. 16 minutes in.
Berardi been out with a knee injury since August. He's now advancing down the right-hand side, clips that one in, blocked by Evans, behind for a Leeds corner. There's some challenge for him. I've never been impressed by Berardi, I have to say. I know that he had a really, really tough start to life in this country, sent off on his debut against Accrington. in a League Cup game. He actually got 2 red cards in his first 4 appearances for Leeds. There's probably a few alarm bells would have been ringing at that point.
But it seems that all the managers Leeds have had have stuck with him. He's been here for, what, 3-4 seasons now.
Alioski's corner in towards the near post. Evans has to stoop to head that one away. Armstrong puts his right foot through that one. Delivers it into an awkward area. Smallwood battling for it. Breaks for Leeds though, and Size goes infield, went to ground, wanting the free kick. It's right on the edge of the penalty area, and the referee, Darren England, had a quick look at the situation and decided it would probably benefit Leeds more if he blew his whistle there and then.
Decent area for Leeds to knock this into the area. It's pretty obvious they'll be looking for a Janssen or a Cooper.
It's one of those where you've got the option of going for goal as well. Raya will need to get his wall right. Back post is probably the real danger area there.
You just don't want it looping over everyone and creeping into the corner. How many times you see that from these sort of positions? But you're right, he's also got to be wary that he could be caught out at its near post here. It looks like it's going to be clicked to take it. It would suit the right footer. Interest from Alioski as well.
Yeah, you just bend this one in. Far post is surely just the target. Alioski to the right of the ball. Klitsch to the left. 3-man Rovers wall. Klitsch right-footed, went for goal, struck straight into Harrison Reid, who was the middleman in that Rovers wall. Back with Size, a right-footed, clips that one in, flicked on, but through to David Raya. He thought about releasing early. Armstrong hadn't made the run. He's the out ball every single time, Armstrong, isn't he? He's played really well so far.
Do look dangerous, though, Leeds, don't they, when they get on the ball? They have got some real creative schemers who do enjoy getting on the ball, as you'd expect with a Spanish creative midfielder in Size.
Dallas clears that one out of play. He has been playing left full-back of late. Ayling playing right in Berardi's absence. I did expect him to be swapped back to the right-hand side, being a right-footer, but it's clearly not worked. Bielsa has made that change already to move him back into that left full-back area. Smallwood gets a foot in on Alioski, and Leeds have the throw. Dallas takes, receives the ball back from Klitsch, just turns it down the Leeds left. Lenihan wins his header. Klitsch and Evans went for the ball. The Leeds man ends up on the ground. Don't think there was a free kick in there at all, and the referee was quite right to allow that one to go on. I think, to be fair, Klitsch was probably a little bit high on Evans in making the challenge in the first place. One more group stepping into a bit of a hole. The Leeds man has stayed down, and Raya, I think, has noticed that, and he will just roll the ball out and allow the Leeds player to receive a little bit of treatment. I don't mind it. Takes some sting out of the game. We're a goal up. Just breaks the rhythm of things, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure there was much in that. He's holding his back click. It might have been the way he landed. But you're right, I think it was him that was going in high on Evans, and he's sort of just almost landed on Corey's neck before falling onto the pitch. But I mean, I'm looking at Leeds, and people are saying, you know what, they'll do it this season. You look at the manager they've got and the players they've got, but I've been more impressed with Derby from what I've seen, and yet they beat Derby 4-1 earlier in the season. It's a funny old game, football, isn't it?
No, this league is crackers. It really, really is. You just never know what you're going to get on any given day. I mean, let's be honest, who would have thought that Rovers would go to Stoke and win?
Yeah, and be 3-0 up after whatever it was, 78. We won't mention the final.
No,
minutes there.
It's like that has been put alongside the second half of the Bolton game, and just, raise that. It's not important, the fact that, Stoke could have scored 6 in about 12 minutes, but
results business.
It is indeed. It is indeed. And to be fair to Rovers, we have certainly been very, very hard to beat this season. Our return to the Championship. A lot of draws before today. Half of the 12 games have been drawn. Just 2 defeats. And if you're hard to beat, you're going to keep collecting points. I guess the challenge going forward is turning some of those draws into victories. And that could make the difference between a very good season.
Brilliant from Harrison Reid down there. Didn't give it up. Wins Rovers a corner.
Well, the on-loan Southampton man has sprinted about 50 yards down the right-hand side for what looked like a lost cause and played it against Janssen, and Rovers' reward is a corner. He's very, very impressive, the way he's been performing of late, and having to bide his time a little bit before he got in the side. He now looks to be almost a guaranteed starter, Harrison Reed.
Yeah, I'd sign him. And not just because he's from the same county I'm from, but, you know, what we're seeing is an energetic central midfielder who's perfect on the ball, can fit in different positions.
Oh, Reed's cornering towards the near post. After the big build-up there, he kind of let us down with
How many times has that happened as well?
Sloppy delivery.
No, I'd sign him permanently.
You still want to sign him after that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. The corner's not changed your mind then?
We'll let him off because his earlier corner got the assist, didn't it?
The thing is as well, he's not playing in his favourite position. He's probably playing a little bit more advanced than he has done in his career. Right full back for a lot of the time last year when on loan at Norwich. Centre midfielder by trade. He's playing right of an attacking three.
Ginger Elliott Bennett, we could say.
Forward ball towards Reed, who coming in off that right-hand side can't quite get there ahead of Peacock Farrell. And the big Leeds goalkeeper clears downfield. Bell meets it on halfway, turns it forward. Graham wins his header. Picked off by Klitsch. And it's Paul who helps it in the air. Reed there once more, brings it down and flicks it on towards Graham. Lovely ball, Graham looking for options. Armstrong outside him on the right-hand side. Bennett, Smallwood making runs deep. Smallwood on the volley, couldn't quite get the space that he wanted for it. And the tame final effort saved by the Leeds goalkeeper.
Shows the confidence the Rovers have got at the moment. Smallwood venturing forward into the box. Not seen that for about 6 months from him, but got the shot on target there, left foot volley. Always stretching for it, always trying to sort of get some sort of momentum on his boot when he was putting it, when he was trying to hit the ball.
Oh, Liam Cooper, the Leeds skipper. Rolls it square to Janssen. Swede, who was at the World Cup with his country in the summer in Russia. Cooper now with a diagonal ball out towards Kemar Roof. Well watched by Amari Bell, whose header is up towards the edge of the centre circle. Smallwood gets more height than distance. And Berardi forward. Roof clips it in the air. Evans prods it downfield. Met by Calvin Phillips. And when you see up close, he's got some haircut on him, you know.
Yeah, dreadlocks. Not sure it really suits him, but...
Well, Berardi's across from the right-hand side. Deep delivery. Raya collects it, edge of the 6-yard box. Good goalkeeping. And then he says, no, calm things down. Don't need to release that one early. He had a very good game at Bolton, didn't he? Particularly first half, I think, made 2 key saves not too long after Dak had given us the lead there.
The action saves, you know, David, I think he's improving all the time. He's spoke to him this week and he said, look, his all-round game can still improve, but like you said plenty of times, he's 23. You know, that will come with experience. I'm not sure about Peacock Farrell.
Oh, his clearance there was straight to Dak, and Dak went for goal first time of asking. It was an audacious attempt, which in the end was a good few yards wide of target, but again, why not?
His kicking is a bit suspect, I think, Peacock Farrell, from what we've seen early on here. A couple of times he's looked to launch it and he's just scuffed it all the time.
He was in the same team as Corey Evans in midweek.
And Stuart Dallas, of course.
Yeah, he's only 21 years old, so I get like Raya, still a baby in goalkeeping terms. I mean, those two could be going for what, 15 to 20 years still.
Yeah.
25 minutes gone here at Ewood Park. Rovers 1, Leeds United 0. Still Danny Graham's second-minute header, the difference between the two teams. That's clipped forward towards Tyler Roberts, the former West Brom man. Raya will ensure that it goes behind and it will be a goal kick. I think Tony Mowbray will be, well, he'll be delighted with the scoreline, but I think generally the way the game has gone, he'll be fairly pleased with what he's seen from his side.
Yeah, I think Rovers have looked pretty comfortable. There was probably a 5-minute spell after Rovers opened the scoring where Leeds, you know, the response was there, but since then it's sort of been knocking balls forward to see if Roberts can get on the end of them, and it's not been as fluid as it once was for Leeds.
I am surprised that he's not swapped Armstrong. I'd have been tempted to do that straight away, just to say to Bielsa, right, well, if you're going to play that game, this is what we'll do. But I guess it's a vote of confidence in Armstrong. It's basically saying, look, doesn't matter who you put on him, we think he'll get the better of him.
The question is, are they quicker than Armstrong? Berardi or Dallas? I'm not so sure, to be honest.
Well, I think Dallas is probably the quicker of the two, but it's just perhaps Berardi is a more natural defender. Chip forward towards Kemar Roof. Armstrong has gone to sleep, and Berardi coming forward will find Roof again, and he has a chance to cross from the Leeds right. Berardi darts into the area. Evans covering off that run. Good work from the Northern Ireland man. Berardi's cross in. Smallwood clears that one just outside the penalty area. Clip back to Berardi, left-footed cross this time. Mulgrew's headed away. Dax should get there. Phillips just gives him a little nudge at the crucial moment, and Rovers get the free kick.
Nice play from Dax. Just gets his body in the way. Does that so well, doesn't he? And then it ends up, as soon as someone puts a touch on him, the referee spots it, and this time it was Phillips penalised for holding on to the back of his shirt. I mean, I'm looking down there. I'm not seeing Bielsa come running out, shouting and screaming at his side. He seems to be pretty content with how things are going for his side. But if you think about it, Rovers should be 2-0 up, shouldn't they, when you think of the Dak chance?
I think someone like the Leeds boss, just a glare would do.
Yeah.
Don't need to be stood up to do that. If you catch the eye of him while he's staring at you, I think you probably know I need to do something better, basically.
I suppose the other thing is he doesn't speak English, does he? So whatever instruction he's trying to put on, no one is really understanding him.
It's pretty universal, that stare of doom. Good challenge by Smallwood. Evans fouled. Berardi sort of had a knee in his back there, so Rovers have a free kick in a wide area. Chance to deliver the ball into the box, and it's a set piece that has brought rewards so far in this game. Interesting that it's Armstrong. Looks as though he'll take this one. Reid has been on set piece duty for all the corners so far. Lenihan and Mulgrew making their way forward. Dak, Graham, Reid all in there as well. Right-footed, sent in deep towards Lenihan. Just beaten in the air. Smallwood jumps early. How did that come off? Well, eventually it's cleared out of play and it will be a Rovers throw. There were appeals for handball there, and I couldn't work out whether it was appeals from the Rovers supporters or the Leeds section.
I think it was Rovers. I'm not sure it was, to be honest. Would have been harsh to have given it, ball dropping in the sky like that.
Bennett finds Dak, who's been a bit quiet so far. Reid tried to turn it round the corner. Dak holds off the Leeds man size. Finds Evans. Bennett now short into the path of Reid, who turns it down the right-hand side. Bennett will get there ahead of Alioski. Probably could have taken a touch there. Elected to cross first time, and it was blocked by the Leeds man.
He committed to the foul, to the challenge there, didn't he, Alioski? And you think if Pano can just scoop it past him, he's free there.
Reid tried to turn away from the Leeds man, went to ground, wanting the free kick, and the assistant referee, who was 5 or 6 yards away, said no. So behind it goes, and it will be a goal kick. 16 minutes of the first half remaining, and still Rovers a goal up in this clash.
I'm looking comfortable as well, I've got to say. I don't want to be tempting fate, but you've got to say what you see, and I think Rovers have been pretty disciplined since the goal. See, it was so early. How many times do you hear the excuse, oh, we scored too early, that's why we lost? But I've got to say, Rovers have, it's not as if they've been clinging on to the lead. You know, they've been probably looking the likeliest to sort of add to the tally.
I have to say, I'm never a believer in, we scored too early. Never really a bad time to score, if you ask me. The best time, I would suggest, would be like 96th minute in a 0-0.
We'll take that. Lovely ball.
Mulgrew arcs it down the left-hand side. Graham up against Janssen. Janssen has to play that one. Turns it out for a Rovers throw. And again, Graham, in his ripe old age, showing that he's still a wily character.
He'll still run the channels as well. I think a lot of people from outside the club think Graham's just one of these target men types that just stands on the penalty spot. But, he does put in the shift for the team, doesn't he?
Up against one of his former clubs on Tuesday night in Swansea.
Did really well there, didn't he? Premier League days.
And Watford and Swansea were probably before Rovers, where he got a bit Carlisle as well, obviously, a little bit further down, but where he got all his goals. Just had that spell at Sunderland. What a difference he must be sort of feeling about his football in general now, as to day one when he arrived here at Ewood Park after what he'd been through in the northeast. Well, Evans finds Armstrong. Looking to move down that left-hand side. Berardi for company. Skips one way, then the other, and Armstrong has wriggled beyond him. Whips it in right-footed towards the near post. Didn't really look up there. Bell has a chance to cross. He whips it in. Dak, the target, just over his head. Dallas volleys away. Evans keeps it alive towards the edge of the area. Janssen's header doesn't get a great deal of distance. Picked up by Smallwood. Back down to Evans. He's going to come under pressure from Roof, and he nearly lost out to him. The free kick eventually goes against Corey Evans. They're bringing down Tyler Roberts. Accidental foul, but Leeds get the free kick.
seeing Leeds, I'm not convinced with them defensively at all. I mean, I think Jansen's got a lot of praise since he joined them, but from what I'm seeing from him, he's not looking comfortable on the ball at all. And I get that Bielsa wants to play the right way and play it out from the back, but you've got to have the right tools to be able to do that. And I'm not sure Jansen is the answer for that.
Bell now looking to drive forward and look at the space open up in front of him. Bell continues to drive downfield. Can he pick out a pass? In the end, he was caught by Phillips, and Leeds have the ball back. He just got hesitant when it got to the crucial moment there. Well, the Leeds man tried to get beyond Smallwood. Smallwood stood his ground, and the Leeds player's size just threw himself to the deck, and I'm surprised there wasn't a free kick. Dak is brought down, and Rovers do get the decision, and the referee's going to have a word with Samuel Size here for speaking out of turn. Didn't like the way that he reacted there.
Wasn't he the one who was done for diving a couple of times last season? I'm sure he was done for something.
Well, he's 27 years old. He's not made 100 league starts in his career. And that's not... when I saw that, I thought, that doesn't seem right for someone who's 27.
Impact sub sort of player. He's got the start today, though.
Well, Lenihan forward towards Gray, and the referee actually put his whistle to his lips then at the last second decided not to blow it. Smallwood brings it down, hoists it towards Armstrong. Berardi heads away. Tyler Roberts can't keep that in, so Rovers will get the throw. And without wanting to tempt fate, I think Leeds have just been thrown out of their rhythm in the last few minutes. Graham heads that one in field, nearly fell for Armstrong. Roberts flicks it forward. Looks as though Roof has gone to play more central, with Roberts going for a spell out on the right-hand side. Raya right-footed. Big boot downfield with that one. Dak trying to make Jansen's life difficult. Phillips finds Roberts. Berardi back to Jansen again. And Rovers keeping a good shape, forcing Leeds back. Cooper forced infield. Reed trying to close off the route forward. Mulgrew upended Roof there, and Leeds get the free kick. They might have preferred the advantage there, you know.
Just opened up, didn't it, for a split second, but I think the referee had already blown his whistle.
Well, now there's space for Alioski on the left-hand side. Infield towards Size, gone for the 1-2. Now Alioski to cross, well blocked by Bennett, who got back, threw himself in the way of that one. But Leeds do still have the corner.
Keeps the width, doesn't he, Alioski down this left side? I hadn't noticed him for a little while. I thought there was a ball just going out of play, but he's down on this touch line, hugging the line. Wins his side a corner.
He's impressed me, the Macedonian. Alioski again to deliver left-footed from the left-hand side in towards the near post area. Oh, and it bounces around awkwardly. The clearance actually hit the back of Evans and stayed in the area. Now it's Lenihan on the half volley. Gets distance on that one. Dallas back towards halfway for Leeds. Right-footed, fires it in deep. Bell jumps early. He's beaten in the air. Should now clear. He does, out of play. And the visitors have the throw.
Just want to see Rovers not go too deep. So there's a little sort of minute period there where they just didn't seem to get out once the ball was cleared.
Well, Tony Mowbray at the moment, deep in discussion with the fourth official, Philip Durman. Not too sure what that's about. But Roberts, right-hand corner of the area, looking to roll away from the challenge of Evans. Back towards Klitsch, who shoots. Dallas edge of the area, right-footed, drills it towards goal. He's 4 or 5 yards wide in the end. Caught it sweetly, but it was always off target.
Decent hit, broke to him nicely, didn't it, Dallas? And I think he's just tried to nestle it in David Raya's bottom right corner, and it's just whistled past the post. I think it went probably wider than it looked. But yeah, Leeds just struggling to really create these clear-cut chances, aren't they? I think Roberts has been quite isolated as a front man, and now, like you said earlier, Roof's sort of now playing as the main number 9 type. Roberts drifts out to the right.
Oh, Dak controls, works it back to Bennett, just inside the Leeds half, down the line to Reed. Lovely little flick. Nobody there in blue and white, and back it goes to Peacock Farrell. Made one really good save to deny Dak at 1-0. I feel that was a big moment in the game. Well, Rovers, of course, you know, could do with being a little bit more clinical. When you think of the games we've had here at Ewood, just one home league win this season. plenty of draws. That one defeat to Sheffield United. Now Klitsch coming forward. Roberts outside him. Low delivery in. Good covering by Elliot Bennett. Knew he had the Leeds man Alioski behind him. In fact, Alioski was flagged offside, so it wouldn't have counted anyway. But smart defending by Elliot Bennett, who just, you know, you could ask him to paint the goalpost, couldn't you? You know he'd do a good job of it. He's that kind of person.
You know what you're going to get. 7 out of 10s, and I think every squad needs them. And Benno, it doesn't matter if you play him centre midfield, right back, because he's playing today, or I think even in goal he'd probably only let maybe 1 or 2 in.
I'm sure he will be part of the team on Tuesday night at Swansea, and that will be his 400th club career appearance. You don't play that many games unless you've got something about you, and he's one of those. I bet he's a crowd favourite wherever he's played as well.
Yeah, I bet even. Actually, you know, he's played at Norwich, and I bet even Ipswich fans like him, really.
Well, that might be a stretch.
Maybe I'll see what Burnley fans think of him.
I don't think we could repeat that. Click forward. Finds Roberts. Roof has stayed on side, but the ball too far ahead of him. Through to David Raya as the sun comes out here at Ewood Park. There's those in the Blackburn end shielding their eyes.
You're just seeing all the arms move now, aren't you?
I'll tell you, we could do with that in the second half, because at the moment the Leeds goalkeeper's totally in shade.
Mid-afternoon sunshine at that end. Peacock, Farrell. Wonder if he'll get the cap out. Don't see it anymore, do you? Goalkeepers wearing caps.
No. That is proper old school, that, isn't it? Oh, Raya in no rush to clear this one downfield. Now he looks out towards the right-hand side, and Graham, who holds off Cooper. Lovely touch. He then just fouled the Leeds man. Dak was a little bit too far away from him on that occasion. I think in general, Dak's probably not had as much influence on this game as you would like.
Nah, he's rubbish, isn't he? I'm sure if any scouts who are watching, they've probably gone home already. I don't know how he starts, to be honest. You know he'll come good, though, don't you, Dak? You know, he could do nothing. I've said it before, he could do nothing for 89 minutes and then come up with the winner in the 90th and get man of the match.
No, it's basically the Bolton performance, that, without the
exactly.
minute of the goal being right, because let's be honest, I can't think of anything else in that game where you thought, oh, that was good from Dak. It was just literally you appear at the right place at the right time to stick the ball in the back of the net. Thank you very much. Good night.
Work done for the weekend.
And now he controls and works it right towards Bennett, moving forward from fullback. Bit of space for him to move into. He sweeps it in towards Danny Graham, just too high for him. Clipped away as far as Armstrong. Tight angle, but he bends it towards goal. Blocked by Berardi, behind for a Rovers corner.
How many times have Leeds got blocks in on Armstrong's shots? I'd like to see him maybe drop a shoulder once or twice, because I think they know he's going to go on that right foot. Maybe just try and take it on the left. Evade Berardi, make him look a fool, and then you've probably got time to put it back onto that favoured right foot.
I think you see the centre forward in Adam Armstrong in those situations, because his first thought when the ball arrives at him within 20 yards of the goal is shoot.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing either. Don't shoot, you don't score.
Reed's corner, right-footed, whipped in. Lenihan couldn't get on the end of that one. In the end, he was pushing Berardi, and Leeds get the free kick. So inside the final 5 minutes of the first half, still Rovers 1, Leeds United 0. I think on balance, probably Rovers just edged it, you know, given the chances that we've created.
Yeah, you just hope that Dak chance doesn't come back to haunt Tony Mowbray's side. I think it's been a decent performance. It's been disciplined. It's, you know, it's a typical Mowbray type performance where it's hard work. You're putting in the effort. You're putting in the shift. Everyone's fighting for each other. And you've got the goal as well. That bit of quality that you need to possibly win a game. So we've still got 5 minutes to go here. Let's not do anything silly. Take the 1-0 going into it.
Size has wriggled away from Evans, and now things start to open up for Leeds. Right-footed, rolled it forward. Tyler Roberts had run a mile offside. He'd actually made a very good run first time of asking, and when he was ignored, he was always kind of on the back foot from that point, and he knew that when it was played towards him then by the Spaniard, that he just couldn't touch it.
Seeing Leeds, 8,000 supporters here. They've not found their voice for the last, 38 minutes?
They've gone very, very quiet. I think it might be a different story second half when their side are attacking them in the Darwin end. And Mulgrew scored for Scotland, of course, in the Nations Cup match. Plays it forward. Armstrong quick enough to get to that and just prevent it running behind for a goal kick. One of those where he just stretches and knocks it out near the corner flag for a throw.
Not sure where Berardi's going. It was further into the corner there.
And the Swiss defender has been swapped from left back to right back because Armstrong was giving Dallas a torrid time. Throws down the line. Lenihan just slightly hesitant on that one before working it back into the corner. Yeah, that was rugby union, that. Peacock Farrell will be closed down by Dak. Just had a little stutter there before clipping it towards Dallas. Dallas controlled on his chest. Reed took it off him. Evans does well in the challenge to keep hold of the ball. Now he needs an outlet out wide towards Harrison Reed. Early cross, blocked initially. Still has a chance, rolls it into Corey Evans. Back to Reed, edge of the area. Bennett waits outside him. Couldn't do it first time. Into Evans once more, who turns away from his man and he'll shoot towards goal. Cleared away. Berardi just got there ahead of Dak. Mulgrew on halfway. Guides it down to Bell. Goes to ground, and it was a foul by Tyler Roberts, so Rovers get the free kick.
Certainly Reed's getting a lot of joy down this right, isn't he? Him and Bennett linking up excellently down this near side. Just thinking a couple of times he got the chance to put the ball in there. We've seen how suspect Leeds are, and the ball is in the air. I think there's opportunities there to whip it in there and cause a few problems.
And Mulgrew with a big diagonal ball towards Graham, beaten in the air by Cooper. Evans touched it back to Bennett, slid back to the Northern Ireland international, forward to Dak, and again into the path of Elliot Bennett, who switches play gloriously to Armstrong, brings it down, he's away from Berardi. Armstrong towards goal, just over. He's tried that trick 3 or 4 times in the first half, but that was his best attempt of the lot by some distance. Beautiful ball from Elliot Bennett. Armstrong's control and touch took him infield away from Berardi, and then the right-footed attempt, looking for the top right-hand corner, was a whisker too high.
Classic Armstrong that. He's had such a great half, hasn't he? He's had Berardi, he's had Dallas on toast, Janssen early on. He's having a great afternoon out there, and Tony will be thrilled with that because we've not seen that enough from Armour. He looks like he's playing with so much confidence at the moment. So unlucky there not to find the top corner.
Approaching half-time, Smallwood steps in and clears the ball down the line. The final minute of the opening 45, I would suggest that we'll have 1, if not 2 additional minutes. That one looked as though it came off the Leeds United man. But it is the visitors who get the throw, and it's really important now to at least get to half-time at 1-0. Don't concede now. Klitsch looking for options. Rolls it forward towards Size. Roberts has got Berardi outside him. Size infield. Leads plenty of bodies forward. Sent in towards Kemar Rood. Good goalkeeping again by Raya. Recognised there are 2 Leeds men at the back post who kind of stolen a march on their defenders. And the young Spaniard came out to collect.
That's what you want from your goalkeeper. A bit of, shouting, "That's mine, I've got it." Takes the pressure right off, doesn't it?
1 additional minute to be played at the end of this first half. Raya, of course, made his debut against Leeds United for Rovers anyway. 3-0 win at Ellen Road, April 2015.
Take the same result today, wouldn't you?
I'd be quite happy for another Bolton-style 45. Well, no, I wouldn't, because it wasn't a good spectacle, but if it's the same result you get at the end of it, I'd be happy. Cooper just able to work the ball to Dallas. 1 additional minute to be played, and we're 30 seconds into that already. Forward towards Size. Looks to me a slightly freer role. I think Leeds have matched up Rovers with the system. Size again. Goes infield onto his right foot. Clips it in deep. Berardi's made a good run and he rolls it square. Great chance, and Leeds are level right on the stroke of half-time. Mateusz Klitsch with 5 seconds of added time at the end of the first half remaining has brought Marcelo Bielsa's side back on level terms. Well-worked goal in the end, but a hammer blow for Rovers just before the break here at Ewood Park. It's Rovers 1, Leeds United 1.
Sucker punch. I don't think that's deserved for Leeds, but they've got it. It was a well-worked move, wasn't it? Lovely ball in from Size. Berardi had sneaked forward from right back. I'm not sure who was meant to be chasing him down, but it was a decent ball back across, and Click moved up from sort of central midfield and tucks home there. But such a simple goal, a well-worked goal from Leeds' point of view, but I think from Rovers' view, it's easily avoidable. And you're right, you don't, just get into half-time with the win, and last kick of the game, pretty much, that one.
It was literally as soon as Dak kicked off, again, the half-time whistle went, and that has totally changed the complexion of the feeling around Ewood Park at half-time of this game. For the large part, Rovers much the better of the two teams, and we're heading into what would have been a deserved half-time lead, courtesy of Danny Graham's goal in the second minute. His header into the top corner from Harrison Reed's corner. The advantage could and perhaps and should have been more than that. Dak with a great chance denied by Peacock Farrell. Armstrong just before half-time bending one over the top. But right on the stroke of half-time, deep in added time, Leeds United fashioned an equalising goal. Size to Berardi, him back across the face of goal, and Klitsch tapped in at the back post. Really harsh on Rovers, who've played well so far in this game. But at the break here at Ewood Park, it is Rovers 1, Leeds United 1. Oh, welcome back to Ewood Park. 1-1 at the break here between Rovers and Leeds United. It could and probably should have been very different after that first half, until right at the very end of it, Rovers in front thanks to Danny Graham's early header. But one lapse in concentration on the stroke of half-time has given us a very different complexion and outlook on the match as it stands. And Rovers really will have to do all the hard work again. Had a couple of chances to double their money, double the advantage in that first half, didn't take them. And will they come back to haunt us? We're not far away from getting the second period underway. Looks as though we will have the two sides starting this half as they started the game. We'll get the thoughts of Warren Lucy in a minute. I just wonder, in Tony Mowbray's mind, he's probably spending the last couple of minutes of that half thinking, right, this is what I want to say to the players, this is what I want to do. And in the blink of an eye, his team talk, I guess to some extent, will have to totally change. Perhaps the second period gets underway. And there we go. Not quite the same verve, I think, that there would have been had it been sort of 1-0. And Warren, you know, what would Tony Mowbray have been saying to his side at the break?
He was saying not get too disheartened, because we would have been good value if we'd gone in at 1-0, and Leeds have, you know, got a well-worked goal and equalised. But I still think he'll be pleased with what he's seen. He'll be more upbeat than down in the dumps, won't he? So we'll just say, look, keep doing what you're doing, take your chances when they come, because I think Rovers will have, you know, they have been guilty of not taking those opportunities. But overall, I think you'll be pretty pleased with it, and it's important to stay positive. Just looking across here, look at Peacock Farrell. His arms all look, you know, he's going to have problems with his son, because he's got one arm on his, you know, trying to cover his sort of forehead so he can see the ball, and the other arm's just flailing. He's not going to be making one-arm saves, don't get me wrong, but it's going to cause him a few problems. Well,
Smallwood's going to get the first yellow card of the game here for a clear tug back on the Leeds man. He recognised that Rovers were caught short, and that, as they say, was one for the team.
Had to do it, didn't he?
I mean, players generally find a reason to have a bit of a moan about yellow cards, but on that occasion there was not a single thing that you could complain about. I'll run down the teams in a minute. Leeds might have a chance here through Roof in the area. Tight angle, blocked by Bell behind for a Leeds corner. And it's just going to have given Leeds a big lift, that goal just before half-time.
Yeah, it would have done. You know, it would have, you know, probably helped Leeds more than it would have helped us, of course, you know, in terms of their mood, because they're probably undeserving to be sort of drawing at the moment. You know, I think Rovers had the better of it.
Alioski's corner, fired in deep. Mulgrew gets a little flick on that one. Bennett will try and keep it in play in the right full-back area. He does so. Harrison Reed is sprinting downfield, and Bennett goes for the glory ball crossfield. Brilliant work to find Reed, who then couldn't direct it towards a teammate. Evans steps in well. Armstrong tight on the touchline. I think that came off Adam Armstrong, and Leeds do eventually get the throw.
We did, but why is the linesman waiting for the referee again? I know I moan about this every game, but just think, make a decision yourself. Got a better position to see it than the referee was.
Phillips gets away from Smallwood, who had to back out of the challenge given he'd just been booked. Switch of play towards Dallas on that left-hand side. Outside him, Alioski crosses in. Tyler Roberts with a header. Glanced that one on. Straight foot race now between Roof and Bell, and Kemar Roof keeps it in play tight near the corner flag, battling with Amari Bell. They're going nowhere at the moment. Adam Armstrong comes across to help out, and there's a foul. In the end, deciding that Kemar Roof just wasn't for playing the ball, and it's just basically obstruction at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, it was like a FIFA glitch. You know, no one was moving there, was it? I was waiting, right, okay, someone going to get the ball, and yeah, in the end, David's pretty much taking this where the corner flag is.
I like that. It's made my day, that.
It was like a FIFA glitch.
It was. I can't think of a better way of describing it.
I was just waiting for someone to get the ball, because we were looking at it for about 8 seconds, waiting for something to happen, and nothing did.
Oh, Raya, right footed, drills that one downfield. Dak will give chase. Cooper doesn't really want to play it, in the end does, and it deflects off Dak behind for a goal kick. So the two teams starting with Rovers, who have, Harrison Reed has gone down injured. And I wonder whether that's hamstring-ish. Sort of pounding his right leg in frustration. Looks to me like that might be the end of his involvement in the game. I don't think it was from a challenge. He's feeling something in his knee by the looks of things, actually. But as we stand anyway, Raya in goal, Bennett, Lenihan, Mulgrew and Bell at the back, Evans and Smallwood in midfield, Reed, Dack, Armstrong the attacking three behind the Rovers goal scorer Graham. Leeds have got Peacock, Farrell in goal. The back four of Berardi, Janssen, Cooper and Dallas. The fullback swapped very early on the game because Armstrong was causing Dallas no end of problems. They've then got Phillips sat in front of the back four. With the midfield of Roberts, clips the goal scorer Size and Alioski. Kemar Roof up top, although Axel Roof and Roberts have just swapped back. And Harrison Reed, is he okay to carry on? He's going to give it a go. Just stretching it, maybe the groin area when you're stretching like that. And he's going to give it a go. And how will he fare?
Hopefully it's nothing too serious, because I thought he's played really well so far, Reed.
No, I've been very, very impressed. Janssen, 5 minutes gone in the second half, clips it down the line. Berardi helps that one on towards Kemar Roof. Danger again for Rovers. Might have been more dangerous if Roof had played it first time. Now Berardi into the near post area, and Raya had to watch that one very, very carefully and collect an awkward bouncing ball just in front of him. And a bit of a challenge ahead now for Rovers. Can they regain the ascendancy that they had in that first half? And they certainly looked the better of the two sides in an attacking sense. Well, Reed chasing after that one. Dallas clears it out to play off Harrison Reed. And Leeds United have the throw. Again, they've stolen a few yards, and the referee, Darren England, tells them to go back. And Leeds are away from home this season, unbeaten. So they are a tough nut to crack. And Janssen finds Phillips under pressure from Dack. Berardi. Again, I just wonder whether, given that Berardi was involved in the goal as well, Armstrong's perhaps defensively not the most sound, whether you would have been tempted to put Reed on this side and get Armstrong back on Dallas. It's kind of double-edged, that, isn't it?
The other thing is you've got to remember, though, that Dallas is normally a winger, so he's someone who's going to look to get forward whenever possible. So it's a difficult one. I'm wondering if Berardi's a regular attacking sort of fullback, but Dallas certainly winger by trade. What you don't want is him putting on that right foot, when you get space and knocking it into the area. So maybe having Reed on that side isn't a bad thing.
Roof, right-hand side, slides it forward first time. Again, Berardi coming forward from fullback. Armstrong's nowhere near him. That will concern me. Janssen steps in, lays it back right to Berardi. That one rolled infield. Clips the goal scorer, goes for the 1-2, and fires that one left. Too much on that one, and it goes out right near the corner flag for a Rovers throw. I just think we've not seen that much of Dallas coming forward, though. And again, if he wants to, then that will give the space for Armstrong, and it will just put that seed of doubt in his mind, and thinking, "Oh, he did me earlier in this game. I can't go too far." I just think Reed would offer a bit more protection.
I don't see any reason why we can't try it for 5 or 10 minutes just to see how we get on, because I think you don't want Leeds saying, right, well, we'll just push your fullbacks forward. You want them thinking, oh, Rovers have got some threats on the attack, so let's not push forward as much.
Offside, middle of the park. Clips that one forward. Good looking ball. Offside flag goes up against, I think, Dallas, who had made the dart forward. And Rovers will get the free kick. I have to say, I'm one of those people who, if I were a manager, I'd be doing that every single game. I'd be saying, right, unless there is an Armstrong absolutely destroying a fullback, I'd be saying, yeah, you definitely change at some point. The attendance 20,929, and the away section, it was 7,000 something. I saw, and it's disappearing out of view. As Raya kicks long downfield, Lenihan felt that he was fouled. Mulgrew heads into Leeds territory. There's not been much fluency about things in the second half. Bennett forced back in the fullback area, tees it up for Raya.
Leeds just looking pretty comfortable now, aren't they? Rovers just struggling to find that rhythm.
Size tries to whip the ball into the area, deflects off Bell, and Armstrong plays it down the line to Amari Bell, who was caught there by Calvin Phillips. That'll be a free kick. That's borderline yellow card. There wasn't much in the challenge, but the fact that he prevents a forward move like that, there's going to be a temptation. I don't think the referee is going to produce the yellow card. Not really got going this second half, has it? Nearly 10 minutes played in it.
No, but you do feel Rovers. I mentioned that Leeds defence, and I'm going to sound like I'm absolutely killing them here, but I just think there are chances in that Leeds back four.
A diagonal ball towards Graham. Who did that come off last? Well, it must have been Danny Graham, because Reid was desperate to keep it in play, and he did so. Graham then couldn't hold off Cooper. In towards the feet of Dak, back to Graham, who plays it back in field to Dak, who went for the little flamboyant flick. Phillips just about smuggled the ball to Klitsch, now roll forward to Size. He's very much the danger man. He's impressed me. Neat and tidy on the ball. Turns back in field and rolls it square towards Klitsch again. Dallas has made the forward move. Good work by Harrison Reid tracking back, and Evans looks for Reid again. Now what are his options there? Diagonal ball is towards Armstrong. Berardi has it covered. It's a weak back header. Tight angle for Armstrong, and Peacock Farrell makes the save, turning it behind for a Rovers corner. Would have been some finish from there because he was almost on the goal line. But in the end, Ship assistance has earned Rovers a set piece.
Yeah, it's nipped in there, Armstrong. He realised that Berardi was struggling. Poor back header. I think there was a mix-up, wasn't there, a few years back? Was it Berardi and the...
it was Cooper and Silvestre, yeah, and it was comical. But gifted Jordan Rhodes a goal.
So Armstrong nearly capitalising there. Just a shame no one was in support of him, otherwise he could have tucked that back across and would have been a tap-in. Interesting, it's Smallwood going to take this one now.
Right in front of the Blackburn end, Richie Smallwood delivers right-footed, headed away by Janssen. Evans heads back forward towards the penalty spot, cleared away again by a Leeds man. Bell glances it left, won't find Smallwood, and the header from Kemar Roof clears the penalty area and also the sideline, so Rovers have the throw. I wonder why a change of taker. Jack Rodwell is going to come on. I wonder whether this is for Evans or, well, maybe Smallwood actually, given that he got a yellow card. That's out of play of the Leeds man, so Rovers get the throw, and the change will be made. Jack Rodwell, who started the last league game at Bolton. It is, yeah, Richie Smallwood going off. And Jack Rodwell coming on.
Substitution, number 6, Richie Smallwood, is number 5, Jack Rodwell.
Well, Smallwood will be disappointed, but I think he's having to learn that this season he's not there for every single minute and every single game. Well, to be fair, last season he wasn't. I think Tony Mowbray just, I can't take that risk of going down to 10 men.
Yeah, and I think you know what you'll get from Rodwell. I was really, really impressed with him at Bolton. I thought just offers that bit more composure in the middle of the park, left foot, right foot. You know, he's that classy sort of ball playing midfield player, and he won't let you down. I've been really impressed with how he's sort of not just played, but how he's handled himself. I think many, you know, who don't know Rodwell look at him and go, "Oh, mercenary, he was on whatever he was on at Sunderland." But you know, I think in our dealings with him, he's been excellent, hasn't he?
Dak with a forward ball. He was looking for Reid. Reid had got into space, but Dak couldn't pick him out. Again, if the ball's right. And Harrison Reid, I think, had stolen a march there on Dallas. And Rodwell, you know, might also help Rovers in possession as well.
Yeah, I think he's someone who's, like I say, can pass the ball, can move it. You know, it's not to say Richie can't, but I think he's more of a stopper, isn't he, Richie?
And Reid flicks that one on. Graham was offside. Dak will give chase, but Cooper happy to go back to Peacock Farrell. Bit like a boxing match at the moment, this one, and the two sides just having a bit of a spar, just trying to sort of feel each other out, work out where the weaknesses are. Different complexion given that equaliser on the stroke of half-time. One apiece that remains here at Ewood Park. As Cooper finds Peacock Farrell, slid out towards Calvin Phillips. Ball into space and Size. Lennon was waiting for the crunching challenge there, and Size just kind of backed out of it. So in the end, it was Lenihan sliding the ball straight out of play. Roberts gives it straight to Evans, down the line to Graham, who was surely fouled there. Evans takes it away from the Leeds man, and again a good advantage by the referee, who sees there was nothing on there, and Rovers get the free kick. A bit of a high five there between Janssen and Graham. An acknowledgement of guilt there, I think, from the Leeds central defender. And Mulgrew to take the free kick.
So far so good from the referees. Not had too many complaints for Darren England.
You know what, you might be on for your old school cap, because I've just seen a member of the Leeds coaching staff run all the way around just behind the Leeds goal. As high in the air it goes, Peacock Farrell will come and collect that one and roll it out nice and quickly. Forward it goes, Bennett steps in, and now can he break back forward? Reed there as well, and the two men sort of get in each other's way, and it does deflect off one into the path of a Leeds player. Dallas rolls it square. Phillips under pressure from Evans. Evans continuing to chase the ball. Space now for size. Klitsch looking to drive forward. Outside him, Alioski on the Leeds left. Measures the cross deep towards Kemar Roof, who tried to keep it alive. Size miscues. Awkward bouncing one, as does Kemar Roof, and Jack Rodwell doesn't in his clearance. Graham back to Dak, who beautifully works it left to Armstrong. Now can he get away? His first touch was a bit poor, and then he nearly won it back. In fact, it breaks for Bradley Dak, who'll ride one challenge. Armstrong forward towards Graham. Cooper steps in, and the chance goes for Rovers. Ben Brereton will be coming on shortly, and I wonder, is that the end of Armstrong's involvement in this game?
I don't think it should be. I think he's shown some really nice play today, Armstrong, and I'd keep him on personally.
Well, there you go, Warren, you've got your wish. A goalkeeper in a cap. Peacock Farrell has finally gone for it.
And with a name like Bailey Peacock Farrell, he has got to be privately educated, surely.
Is that why he has decided to go for the
Well,
cap
no.
in the end? Is it that extra bit of intelligence you're suggesting?
Maybe. He's got a posh name though, isn't it? Admit it.
Yeah. Klitsch, the Leeds goal scorer, flicks it out towards the left-hand side, and Dallas looking to move forward. Alioski outside him. Dallas has continued his run, and he's got a chance to cross. A low delivery in. Mulgrew, right-footed, clears that one away. It might stay in, and Rodwell charging after that one. Oh, strong challenge, and it deflects off the Leeds man. Out of play for a Rovers throw. Great stuff from Jack Rodwell. We saw something not too dissimilar from Harrison Reed in the first half. It just lifts everybody inside the stadium.
Yeah, the way he was running into that, I'm just waiting for the two-footed lunge, but he's done well there, Jack, to give Rovers a streak there throwing.
Well, it's Danny Graham who's going off. So Graham off, Ben Brereton on.
Wonder if Tony's just got Swansea in the back of his mind. Save Danny, give Ben half hour. Give Danny a little bit of a break.
Is number 19, Ben Brereton.
Well, I think it showed at a derby away that we're not yet ready to go away from home in this division and play without Danny Graham.
So, I think Tony's learnt from Derby. He's realised that when it's away from home, you need him. Opportunity for Ben, though, isn't it? Still to get off the mark. If he could get a goal here, that would really win him over with the fans.
I want to say, I think Rovers have gone with like a
false nine.
Yeah, false nine. It's Dak who's gone to play through the middle. Harrison Reed has gone central, and Ben Brereton has gone left. Oh, sorry, gone right, with Armstrong staying on the left. Now there's the ball out towards Brereton. Oh, Dallas with a touch there. Is it going to stay in play? It does. He's done very well there. He's a touch fortunate though. And Leeds still coming forward. Alioski and Bennett to battle for that one, and it's kept in play by the Leeds man. Oh, Bennett presents it straight to Dallas, who rolls it infield to Roberts. Size stands on the ball, and Roberts will clear it away.
Oh, good ball.
Evans finds Dak. Brereton now heavy touch, and it's taken off him by Phillips.
It's become a little bit more stretched this game, isn't it? just seeing both sides just go for it a little bit more.
Leeds have plenty of bodies forward on the right-hand side. It's Size to cross in, deflects off the back of Bell. Phillips finds Berardi. Rodwell steps in, Lenihan just chips that one away. Evans beaten to the ball by Roof. Advantage played as Alioski drives forward. Oh, touch was a little bit heavy. Bennett got something on that one. And did he keep it in play? The answer is no. The final touch had come off the Leeds man anyway, so it's a Rovers throw. I did wonder why Bennett was trying to play that one. So something different. And do you know what does that say to your Brereton's and your Armstrongs, that it's Dak that's gone up top, and the two players who sort of fall into that centre-forward category are the ones playing wide at the attacking three. It's not exactly a great vote of confidence.
No, I think it's more understandable with Armstrong because he's had such a good game so far. I think Brereton will be looking and saying, why aren't I the number 9 with Danny going off? You know, I think the idea is that he is the heir to Danny's throne long term, but at this moment in time he's going to be playing on the right.
Klitsch.
I'm impressed with Klitsch.
Yeah, I think Leeds
well.
Neat and tidy in possession. I think Phillips has done a good job as well. Now Janssen, they're trying to work the ball out from the back. Has to go back to Peacock Farrell though. Now slid out to Phillips. I'll read a few yards off him, so space for him to roll the ball forward. Breaking the line, Size finds Klitsch on towards Alioski. Bennett having to slide in and turn the ball out of play for a Leeds throw. And Leeds just, you feel at the moment, getting a little bit on top in this game.
Just starting to turn the screw, aren't they?
Forward to Size, who clips it square to Kemar Roof. Touch was heavy. Amari Bell to clear downfield, just launches that one forward, and Dak will gamely give chase. I'm not sure this is Dak's game, you know, because he's not got the pace to stretch the defence. I would be more inclined to have Armstrong up there, and then you've got the genuine speedster to say, right, if all else fails, you launch it forward and you get Armstrong to chase.
Yeah. You know, you're playing Dak not in his best position. You know, he's the creator, he's not necessarily the goal scorer.
Good challenge by Rodwell. The ball a little bit behind Brereton, but he can now break forward. He holds off Dallas, first time of asking. Brereton still going. Good positive dart into the area by Ben Brereton. Now he needs a bit of support.
No one's in the box for him, that's the issue there.
Bennett provides it. Crossed in, right footed. Cooper brings it down and clears away. Again, now you're just not feeling confident without a Graham in there. You're thinking, well, who's actually going to get on the end of it? I mean, Dak's no mug in the air.
Armstrong, he's probably the shortest player in the team, is he? Aside from Reed, maybe?
Well, Dak brought down by Roof, and that will be a free kick. Has to be a yellow card for Kemar Roof, having made that challenge. Surely he needs to go into the book for that, and he will do. Now, Harrison Reed's going to have to come off. He's down on the ground. So after all those changes, you know, whatever he was struggling with before, it's obviously enough for him to be forced off. I'm pretty sure that Roof got the yellow card there.
Rothwell, are we thinking?
Yeah, I would do.
It's Conway.
It's Craig Conway. Well, that to me says that. Oh, I wonder. Armstrong, or is it Conway in the middle? I got Conway left, you know. So Harrison Reed goes off. Shame for him. You can tell by the reaction that he's really endeared himself to the Rovers supporters.
I think you could have had Palmer or Rothwell. I thought Craig did well at Bournemouth a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? That's the changes. That's all three for Rovers. Well, Armstrong to take this free kick. This is where I think you have to get it on target. Have to try and test the goalkeeper. I'm surprised Dak doesn't fancy the shot from here, you know. A yard left of the corner, the left-hand corner of the penalty area. Armstrong moves forward, bends it towards goal, and it's Kemar Roof getting back in front of his goalkeeper to turn it behind for a Rovers corner.
Had to be there, Roof. I think it would have been on target. Peacock Farrell would have had to have pushed it away.
He was that far towards the far post. I would definitely have gone for goal there. Conway, his first touch will be to take the corner, right-footed, high, deep cross towards Lenihan! Rovers back in front, and Darragh Lenihan scores his first goal of the season. Another set piece, another goal for Rovers. Attacked it with conviction. Perfect downward header just inside the right-hand upright, and Rovers back in front here at Ewood Park. Rovers 2, Leeds United 1.
I'll tell you what, that must be Conway's first touch as well. Expert corner kick from the Scot. And Lenihan there, we've always said, haven't we, about him, that he's such a threat from in both boxes, and he gets on the end of that one. Punishes Leeds for their slack defending, and 2-1 Rovers and 2 headed goals from corner kicks. Darragh Lenihan, would have got good money on him to score today. And now we've got a big 20 minutes ahead of us. Let's hope it's not the same old story from recent weeks at Ewood.
Great header.
Great header.
Great header. But Leeds have made a change. Kemar Roof has gone off, and coming on it is, I think, Pablo Hernandez.
Not a bad replacement to have, is it? Pablo Hernandez, former Valencia man, former Spain international.
And Swansea, of course.
Swansea.
The Swansea link continuing.
We know Danny Graham. Probably.
You can imagine how the conversation flows between the Spaniard and the guy from Teesside.
Yeah. I think I'd understand the Spaniard better than I do Danny.
Alioski with a deep cross. Bell's header out towards Klitsch, edge of the area. His shot straight at David Raya. A bit of a bonus goal that for Rovers, because it wasn't really coming. It wasn't as if there was a sustained period of pressure.
Just got to take those chances when they come your way. And you're right, Rovers hadn't created too much this half, but again, those set pieces, you work on them. If you win a set piece, you can score from them.
Well, Phillips all the way back to Peacock Farrell. I just wonder whether he felt he couldn't come for the corner because of the sun, and whether that affected things. But again, I mean, the marking from the set piece, as for Graham's goal, I thought was awful.
You know, you look at Cooper, the leader, he's not taking charge at the back from those set piece areas.
Oh, Hernandez, his first touch is to drill the corner, the crossing, sorry. Mulgrew gets to that one. Evans heads forward to Dack. He tried to help it on towards Brereton. That's come off a Leeds man, and it will disappear out for a Rovers throw. I think Janssen just staying down momentarily there, having perhaps rolled his ankle a little bit. And Rovers will have the throw on the right-hand side. Elliot Bennett, the man to take. 18 minutes remaining here at Ewood Park. What a response this would be from Rovers to that defeat last time out here. Bear in mind, they went a few days later away to Bolton and won there. Brereton has run that one out of play. Klitsch back to Cooper under pressure from the excellent Evans. Cooper then flails an arm at Corey Evans, who goes down and stays down. And the Rovers fans baying for blood there. Well, Evans slow to get up. And I think Rovers felt aggrieved there wasn't some kind of decision there. Well, Corey Evans still continuing the protest towards Cooper, and I think he will do so in the direction of the referee, who has, I think, given Rovers a very, very soft free kick there. And Lenihan, scorer of Rovers' second goal, will take. Sweeps it high cross field. Of course, he was away with the Republic of Ireland, didn't feature in either of their games. Are you expecting to be pitching in with a few goals throughout the course of the campaign? Don't you, Lenihan?
You do. You know, a lad of his size, you probably expect him to have scored more than the 3 goals in his career. But I'm right in thinking every goal he scored for Rovers or scored in his career, the 2, he's gone on to win the game, isn't he?
Ooh, well, we certainly beat Oxford.
I'm sure the game he played for Burton, he'd
at Portsmouth, yeah.
Let's hope that good omen continues. But he said plenty of times, hasn't he, that goals need to come from him. He says he's a defender first, but if he can get 5-6 goals from centre back, you know, he looks at Mulgrew, who really puts the pressure on him, doesn't he, with his goal scoring exploits.
Size breaking forward. He's away from Conway and he now crosses in deep, just too high for Alioski. Dallas keeps it alive. Bennett with a crunching challenge takes ball and man, and out of play it goes, and Leeds will get the throw. Just have a pause before taking it, because Dallas was down, feeling the effects of that challenge. It's back with Alioski, who works it in field to Stuart Dallas, former Brentford man. His cross blocked. Bennett turns, clears the ball away. Cooper beats Dak to it. Klitsch in field. Rodwell got a touch. Conway battling for the ball. Hernandez there. Rodwell comes away with it. Two Leeds players wanting a free kick. Referee says no. I think that deflected off a Leeds man as well, that one. So Janssen, I think, will have to play it. Oh, Dak nipped in and nearly got the ball. In fact, he's won Rovers a throw. Well played, Bradley Dak.
I'll tell you what, how is Janssen so highly rated? I'm seeing nothing from him here. Swedish international centre-back. Listen, I know they've got Lindelof as an option for Sweden, but Christ, it's not got that bad for them, is it? Really not impressed me at all.
Stuart Dallas going off and Jack Clark coming on.
Interesting that they're not making a like-for-like replacement. You know, he's got Tom Pearce on the bench as a sort of a left-back by trade, and it's Clark that's coming on.
He's going to go and play in the same position inside the final 15 minutes now. Brereton tight on that right-hand side. Wins Rovers a free kick. Needless challenge in the end by Alioski.
I think it's Alioski that's moved to left-back now, is it?
Yeah, it may well be the Macedonian. Well, another set piece for Rovers.
Sending the Alamo forward.
Yeah, I would suggest you sort of try and make sure this delivery's right, because this, it certainly seems in the second half anyway, is Rovers' best route towards goal. It's paid dividends with that Lenihan header. Third goal now, and you really will be in the box seat. But Conway once again to deliver. Right-footed in towards Dak, near post, and he can't direct his volley on target. One of those where he just steals across the front man and tries to turn it round the corner, and it's just glanced a little bit high and wide.
I think he's probably got a bit too much of a connection on it, Dacky there, and he's just trying to glance it, isn't he? Loop it over Peacock Farrell at his near post. Just goes wide of the post. I do feel a third goal would kill the game. You've got to make sure you don't have the same mistakes as what we've seen in recent weeks.
Berardi has darted forward, he's flagged offside. It was a late flag. I tell you what, that was very, very close indeed. But Rovers get the decision.
At least he's noticing them though, the assistant.
Oh, Raya kicks out early. Doesn't get the execution of that one right. Straight down the throat of Janssen in the end, when Armstrong, tight on the touchline, was the intended target. Rodwell
knock it over
got to the ball, and then Brereton had immediately sensed there was space in behind. And it's the substitute Clark going in field and shooting, and that one is deflected behind. Corey Evans sliding in at the crucial moment, and Leeds have a corner.
I do feel that the pressure is starting to come from Leeds. Certainly, I think Bennett needs some support down that right side.
Hernandez will take the corner. Everybody back for Rovers. Right-footed in towards the near post. Evans there to guide that one away. Phillips works it back to Hernandez again, who chips it up in the air, trying to get beyond Conway. Goes to ground, wanting the free kick. Just ran into the Rovers man. Nothing doing. And Dak flicks it beyond Klitsch. Helped out by Alioski.
You'd never know he was Spanish, would you, Hernandez? The way he's rolling about on the floor there.
Well, to be fair, I mean, that was nothing compared to the one that Cooper had on Evans. And Conway down the right-hand side, nobody there. Keeps the ball tight near the corner.
It's a foul, isn't it? Just
Still
kicked him in the back there.
Battling away with it. He's almost down on the ground. Brereton there to help out. Leeds have managed to smuggle the ball clear. And it's Clark looking to dart forward, infield. Is it taken off him by Evans, who now finds Armstrong in turn. Armstrong stands up, Berardi darts into the area, tight angle, Armstrong shot cleared away. Amari Bell first to the ball. What on earth was he trying to do there? He's ended up losing it, and Leeds can now break away. Tight angle there for Armstrong.
Again, that right midfielder, Conway's got to come across.
And slid in field to Size. First touch let him down a little bit, and Rovers have got bodies back. And Oscar Clark outside him, went for the reverse pass. Bennett wise to it, finds Brereton. It's getting so spread this game, and Brereton getting his head down and just driving forward, looking to run at Cooper. He goes one way, slides it on towards Dak, and Janssen with a crucial touch. Now Armstrong outside the area, back towards Corey Evans, looking to slide it on to Brereton, and it deflects through to Peacock Farrell. Oh, that was so close, that ball. It's a good job. Janssen is, what, 6'7", and he had to stretch every sinew to get something on that.
Giving him pelters all day, Janssen, but that was a really good challenge from him. Otherwise, Dak was in.
Well, Klitsch going one way, then the other. In the end, presenting the ball to Evans. Strong challenge by Phillips. Evans just overran that one.
Just got to get the touches right here.
Now Bell steps in. A little bit sloppy from both. Janssen gets there ahead of Dak, and Dak looks to the skies. He knows he perhaps should have been a bit stronger there. Now Size looking to drive forward. Rodwell comes across. He gets away from him. Hernandez back it towards Size. Tight angle, shoots for goal. Mulgrew did brilliantly there. What a block. He just kind of got down on his knees, put his hands behind his back, and made a brilliant block. Dak wrestled to the ground by Cooper. Rovers will take the free kick. That's better.
That's it. Just calm it down a bit now.
I'll tell you what, if you'd have not had a name and number on the back there, you'd have seen that. You'd have said that was Danny Graham all over the way he won that free kick.
Especially with that Barnett as well. Great play from Ducky coming out wide, doing his job for the team. I've got to say, Mulgrew, he's a real contender for man of the match today. He's been excellent.
I think he's been, well, I don't want to say anything. We've got 9 minutes plus added time remaining. But I would agree, it's safe to say. Oh, Mulgrew. High crossfield ball out towards Brereton, who brings it down, tries to roll his man. Again, take the throw, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, Tony Mowbray will be pleased with it. Don't get me wrong, he nearly lost the ball, but when you get it right, just wind the clock down a little bit. He's looking to do the right thing now, and it's just, you know, get the ball, run into the corners. Now he flicks it in field looking for Dak. Getting on that occasion a little bit back on his heels. Evans fouling the Leeds man. The game goes on. Good advantage by the referee again.
You've got to remember with Ben, he's still learning the game, isn't he? Still only 19.
And Mulgrew steps in again. Fouled by Berardi. Rovers free kick. The Leeds fans don't like it.
He's not got the ball though, has he?
No, he caught the heels of Charlie Mulgrew, and it's a free kick. It's as simple as that. Granted, I think Mulgrew's fall was a little bit exaggerated, but there was contact. And it's Charlie Mulgrew's name that rings out around Ewood Park amidst the boos and the taunts from the Leeds fans. Rovers 2, Leeds United 1. 7.5 minutes plus added time remaining. Raya downfield. That didn't even make a move for that one. Size driving forward. Conway trying to get back on terms. Has held him up so far. Hernandez to cross. Back towards Size. Rodwell. Right place, right time to clear that one away. It's Berardi who left-footed. Drills it well off target. An awkward bobbling ball. That was brilliant. Brilliant positioning there from Jack Rodwell.
That's what I mean. He just knows what to do in those sort of situations, Jack. Experience he's got. Now it's about time, Rovers. What do you do? Do you shut up shop? Do you go, right, break us down? Just needs that communication now, because it will be in the back of Rovers players' minds, won't it? The late goals that have been conceded in sort of the recent weeks and months.
Oh, Raya forward. Tony Mowbray's been out barking instructions at his side, and I think one of them there was, why were all my central midfielders so far downfield for that? And he's making a point. Rodwell's sat in front of the back four now. Conway is playing as an orthodox central midfielder. It's like 4-1-4-1. It's basically what Leeds are doing. Crossfield ball out towards Hernandez. What a pass that was. Bell read it on the touch. Hernandez still manages to get something on the ball. Bell, though, wins it back into the path of Mulgrew. That's, again, the experience. That's what Bell should be doing. You look downfield. Phillips goes square towards Cooper. Again, Evans out to press him. Janssen to the feet of Klitsch. Hernandez back to Klitsch, who's moving forward, carrying the ball. Hernandez outside him, looking for options. Size is there, and there's danger here for Rovers. Evans gets something on that. Back with Size, who clips it towards the edge of the area, and the shot right-footed towards goal. Raya acrobatically tips it over and behind for a Leeds United corner. It was Mateusz Klitsch again who measured that one, bent it towards goal, and a flying Spaniard has denied him.
Excellent stop from David. One of those that I think has a bit more pace on it from Klick. Nestles into the top corner, but David had to be alert just to flick that one over the bar.
Leeds corner, fired in deep. Chance for Clark, who drills it towards goal. Brereton's with a touch, and it's gone behind. It'll be another Leeds corner. Oh, we just can't find a way to win a game easily, can we?
No, I know.
Alioski, left-footed in towards the near post, helped on by Hernandez. Bell away, Armstrong brings it down. Evans takes over. He won the ball back, and he'll still battle for it. Oh, then he crunches the Leeds man. Advantage given. He might go into the book in a minute, though. As Size breaks forward into the area. Bennett looking for options. A Leeds player kind of went to ground half off the ball there, and they were appealing for a penalty, the Leeds supporters. I think Evans is going to go into the book. Yeah, his challenge on the touchline wasn't pretty. I think that takes him to 4 for the season. Corey Evans. The Leeds change. It's Berardi going off and Shackleton coming on. Oh, this is nervy. This is very, very nervy indeed. Shackleton is going to go and play where Berardi was. Throw taken. There's going to be a fair bit of added time, isn't there? And Rovers have sense just retreating and retreating. Mulgrew heads away.
Got to get out a bit though. I think it's going to be a long time to hold on.
Well, Rodwell slides in on Klitsch. That'll be a free kick, and that'll be a yellow card for Jack Rodwell as well.
Got to keep a shape, keep the discipline as well. That's what you don't want to do, is keep giving Leeds chances just to knock the ball into the box and seeing if Janssen at the back post can head something goalwards. Don't keep giving cheap free kicks away. Keep your composure, keep your shape, and keep your discipline. Easier said than done up here, though, isn't it?
Well, that to me is a sign that, you know, Rovers are just struggling a little bit in the lunges, in the challenges. And Leeds free kick, which Hernandez will take. Plenty of bodies forward. The vast majority just in a line, edge of the penalty area, right-footed, and it goes. It's flicked towards goal, and Raya comes and collects. Oh, to step a yard off his goal line, it was pretty central. 2.5 minutes plus added time remaining. And Raya looking long downfield. Brereton can't get on the end of that one. Just when you think about maybe putting a Brereton or an Armstrong through the middle, but it's whether Dak would help out defensively if he was moved from that central area. Klitsch has got options here, and he works it left towards Alioski, drills that one in, and Amari Bell inside the 6-yard box. Didn't know what was behind him. Has to clear it behind for another Leeds corner.
Good defending from Amari in the end, because there was a couple of Leeds players just behind him. So easily could have flown into his own net, though.
You can feel the tension inside Ewood.
I can feel it in my stomach.
Size whips it in. Good header away, and a foul on Craig Conway. And Rovers get the free kick. I tell you what, I think Conway has done pretty well since he came on. Experience.
And the assist as well.
It was Lenihan, wasn't it? Same boots, that's why. No, in fact they're not, that's Evans, so I'm nowhere near actually. I'm miles off it with that one, yeah. Yeah, it could be Darragh, the match winner, if it stays like this.
Let's hope so. 2 to go, normal time. Expect probably 4, 5, maybe 6 minutes of added time though.
Raya downfield. Janssen glances that one back to Peacock Farrell. Armstrong and Brereton have swapped. And is that just so he can get Brereton in his ear, within earshot? Well, Hernandez infield away from Bell. Bell trying to get back on terms with him. It's rolled square in the area towards Phillips, who went for the little flick. Lenihan clears that one away. The Leeds players and supporters claiming for handball there.
Got to get out, and Ben's got to track his man. I think it's Shackleton that's making inroads down the right side just a moment ago, and Ben's not tracked him. All he's got to do is keep in touch with his man.
Cooper swings it cross field, out towards Size, brings it down, helps that one on. Brereton should usher this one behind for a goal kick, and does. That was better. Certainly kept tabs on his man on that occasion. Oh, something's been thrown on the pitch there, and a steward has just raced on.
I think it might have been a beer can or a drink.
Oh, it was inside David Raya's penalty area. 5 additional minutes.
It's going to feel like 5 hours. Let's dig deep.
Do you know what? Nothing else sums it up other than the sigh like that, I have to agree. We've been here so many times this season. Villa, Stoke.
Nothing will be as bad as Stoke as far as I'm concerned, surely. I can't believe people are walking out already.
Phillips finds Janssen. So 5 additional minutes. They played 45 seconds of them. Janssen forward. Roberts doesn't really get anything on that one. In fact, he loses the ball, and Conway goes to ground, gets the free kick again.
Classic
just
Conway.
Experience.
Classic Conway. You could see him looking over his shoulder, waiting for the man to come. Slightest touch, he's down.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So that's the kind of thing that
you need.
You know, your Dak might be able to produce the magic. I don't think Conway, with all due respect, can quite do the same. But you know, right in front of Tony Mowbray, he'll just been thinking, good lad. Mulgrew clips that one down the line. Brereton now controls on his chest, and he's looking for options. Back to Conway. Bell slides it down the line to Dak. Needs to go and tango with a corner flag. He's battling with the Leeds man, and Dak has lost out. And Leeds clear the ball away. And Bell slightly out of position. Klitsch rolls square to Phillips, and he opens the game up. Oh, look how spread it is now. And
look at the right.
Leeds come forward with Alioski. Clark outside him, who gets beyond Bennett now, looking to break into the area. Still going, and that one has been deflected behind. Last gasp from Elliot Bennett, sliding in for a corner. But again, how quickly did it go from Dak losing it in one corner? You might as well chip the ball up and boot it in Rose Head.
I know.
Then do that. Alioski again from the Leeds left. Swings it in. The heads go up. Evans near post. Guides it outside the area and out of play for a Leeds throw.
How long left?
2.5 minutes, just over. Too long. Size from deep, drills it in. Rodwell heads away. Can Conway get to that loose ball? He's beaten in the air by Phillips, and it will break for Leeds. Again, it's chip left. The offside flag stays down. There were hands up appealing for it. Size now goes infield. Good challenge by Evans. And that one spinning towards the touchline. I think it might have come off a Leeds man. Shackleton keeps it in play. Square to Phillips. Again, opening the game up. Out towards that left-hand side. And Alioski. Hernandez more central now. Finds Size. A shot from the edge of the area towards goal. Well saved in the end by David Raya. It was Jamie Clark who went for glory himself. Now Raya drops on the ball gratefully a couple of yards from goal.
Up minute and a half.
Should we just count down from, well, it'll be about 90. In a second, 90 seconds. And the Rovers fans doing their bit. Brereton picks the ball up, and does he win a free kick? He does, brought down by Klitsch. Again, he's done well there. Klitsch going to go into the book. probably one too many offences from him.
Peter Jackson, the jewel, man of the match, goes to number 7, Adam Armstrong.
Adam Armstrong gets the man of the match award. I'm with you. I think you called it about 10 minutes ago when you said Mulgrew.
Yeah.
I think he's been absolutely sensational today. He's been a rock at the back.
Leader, captain.
Well, you've had you're probably the best player on the day. Your captain playing one centre half, your match winner the other.
I think Armstrong's a real contender, but he's not done too much in this second half. He's kept Berardi busy, he's kept Dallas busy. He's certainly up there, but Mulgrew for me, led by example.
Conway takes the free kick back to Bell. Bell just hoists that one down the line now. Dak has to just go to the corner and do not give the ball away. Oh, he does do. And it stays in play. Conway will get there and he says, don't worry, I've got it. Back to Mulgrew. And Mulgrew happy to work it all the way back to David Raya. Just as long downfield as you can, David. That's where it goes. Brereton will give chase. Put Janssen under pressure. Give the free kick away if need be. Peacock Farrell there. The referee's had one look at his watch as Peacock Farrell rolls the ball out. And there is the full-time whistle. Yes, it is. The referee made everybody wait for a few seconds there. But in the end, the full-time whistle goes and Rovers have beaten Leeds United by 2 goals to 1 to move into the top 6 in the Championship. What a start to the campaign it's been by Tony Mowbray's men. Led early doors through Danny Graham, pegged back on the stroke of half-time with Klitsch's goal, but Darragh Lenihan, with 20 minutes remaining, came up trumps. Conway only just on with the set piece. Lenihan with a powerful header just inside the right-hand upright, and Rovers then dogged to the end in holding on. First time Leeds United have been beaten on the road this campaign. Just Rovers' second home league win of the season. But it's back-to-back wins for Tony Mowbray's men and into the playoff places after this early kick-off. Really, really enjoyable game here at Ewood Park, where it's finished Rovers 2, Leeds United 1.
The set plays were important for us today. We did normal amount of work on set plays, but I think the set plays we'd worked on today, and a great credit to David Lowe and Benson, who I basically adjudicate to do set plays for me. Sometimes a manager's life is all encompassing with things like this, with lots to think about and to people to talk to, and set plays is something that I generally over the last 15 years have delegated to a member of staff, and Lowe and Ben deserve a lot of credit today for seeing that they've only got 2 really dominant big headers, and we took them both out of the equation, allowing Danny to come through the middle and score, and Darragh to do that. And so the players, great credit to them, recognising which two of our 3 big headers that they were marking, and allowing the space for the third one to score. So good when it all comes off. Some weeks you don't get the benefits of the hard work behind the scenes, but today we did.
Fantastic win. The atmosphere in the stadium was brilliant. And I was like 3 points against one of the teams tipped to get promoted. It's the big achievement for the lads, but it's one that we can kind of grow and move on from.
Talk me through that winning goal then.
Yeah, I just saw the ball coming in, and my man got underneath it, and I was able to get in behind him. I just saw the ball going into the bottom corner, and it was a great relief. First goal of the season, obviously. So it's just hopefully there's many more to come.
That was the goal. What about the celebration?
Yeah, if it wasn't for Craig Conway, I'd probably ended up in the stands. I didn't think I was going to stop, but no, I was overjoyed to get the goal and to get the winner as well. We knew the last 10-15 minutes of the game were going to be tough because they moved the ball very well, and the boys worked so hard just to kind of grind out that result.
Was the way that Darragh attacked that one and hit it home sort of reminiscent of Tony Mowbray in his heyday?
I think Darragh's better than I was at that, but delighted for the team. Listen, however you score, we had some great other chances to score. Bradley you'd have put money on Bradley after he'd sat the last defender on his backside, that he'd have picked the right corner or beat the goalkeeper with the finish, but it wasn't to be. And but here we are after the game. We've got the points in the bag. It's nice on an early kick-off to get the points in the bag and relax and watch the football results come in. So delighted. we're all in tomorrow. You know, we had a debate there about giving everybody a breather, but let's do it properly. Everybody in tomorrow. Let's cool down. Let's work the lads who haven't played, who need to be ready for Tuesday, and because we've got a long trip on a bus, 5.5 hours to Swansea, and then we've got to go and test ourselves again.